Greetings from the V. It's me again, Padman Senathiraja. And I'm sure you have watched a series of videos produced by V Studios lately. And I'm standing here at a studio recording this video right after finishing a welcome video for all new IRs who joined QuestNet and the V. Now today, I want to talk about a topic which I covered in the 4 pillars of success called edification. Now if you look at network marketing as a concept, right, there's some key elements of network marketing which you cannot avoid no matter what you do. And one of these key elements, of course, is rule number 3, 8 basic building blocks, right? Okay, but this element of edification, I believe, has not been stressed enough in our network, in the V. So I'm going to talk about edification. Now I know edification sounds like a big word, and for those of you like me who don't like big words, it's basically from the word edify. Alright, and again, if you don't know how to edify, I'll explain to you. Now, edification is a format of empowering your leadership, giving more power to your leadership, making your leadership more valuable, especially if they're on stage or even meeting. Now, the concept of edification is practiced all over the world, in every culture. For example, alright, a concept of edification would be in some Asian countries where we still have the monarch or the kings or the queens, alright, when they walk past you bow. Now if I ask you to bow to your upline, it's not going to be acceptable. I don't want you to do that. But the bottom line, without edification, your leadership is not empowered. Now I'm going to give you a few examples of edification. Let's say I'm going to introduce a speaker, alright. Let's say I'm going to introduce Japa, okay, or Donna, or TG, or Ranjit, or Kuna, or of course, Dato Vijay Ishwaran, our mentor. Alright, now when you do an introduction of a speaker, you can go up and do what the Toastmasters Club does. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our keynote speaker for tonight, Mr. Padman Senathiraja, or Miss Donna Imson. Now she comes up. Now if 90% of the crowd have never heard of the speaker, do not know the speaker, alright, they're going to fall asleep in their chairs or not respect the speaker enough to listen. So the concept of edification is to give strength to the words of the speaker, to give more influence to the speaker over a crowd he or she may not be familiar with. For example, I would go up on stage and say, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce our next speaker. He's one of the most successful networkers in the V. I personally have learned tremendously from this person. Alright, this person has traveled the world, changed lives, and built one of the most powerful, sustainable networks I have ever seen. When he comes up on stage, the only thing he does is magic. Alright, he speaks from his heart. He has changed lives all over the world, and I am very honored, and you are very extremely lucky to be seated there today, to have the privilege and honor to listen to this man or this woman. Do you understand? So immediately, who would you want to listen to more? Who would you want to respect more? Whose words would you take more seriously? My second introduction. And what I did in my introduction was edify the person. Alright? And also with edification, you can de-edify. You can walk up on stage and say, listen, we had no choice. It was last minute. Alright, no one else could come, so we have this person. So sit back and listen to this person. Now that automatically destroys anything that person is going to say. You're basically putting that person down, which we call de-edification. Now edification mainly is a relationship between downline, upline. Alright, working upline, leader, grand leader, and finally the V partners, the associate V partners, the V council members. Alright, edification benefits you, not the person you're edifying. That's the biggest misconception in the concept of education. A lot of people come up to me and say, Padman, why should I edify him? I don't know him, I don't respect him. That's besides the point. You edify him, he comes up on stage, does a great job, your downlines listen to him with intensity and focus, overall you benefit. So I've always stressed that the concept of edification benefits you, not the person you edify. Alright, there's a misconception. In Asian culture, there's a lot of people feel, oh, why should I edify him? What did he do? Doesn't matter. If he's your upline, you edify. Now edify has a twist. You always edify on facts. Don't lie about edification. Don't introduce somebody who's not funny and say, this guy is the greatest comedian on the planet. And then he sits down for dinner for 1 hour, doesn't crack a single joke. Alright, that means your edification was not based on facts. Now of course, you can take facts and make it a little bit more beautiful. Alright, for example, I know for a fact that I am the best looking person in my country. Alright, and what I do, I enhance it a little bit more. High possibility, the best looking person on the planet. Do you understand? It's not a fact, high possibility. Alright, but the fact is I'm good looking in my country. Now of course, edification works on similar parameters. So if a person is a good speaker, alright, I don't come up and say this guy has won 15 awards as the greatest speaker on the planet. He is known around the world as the Mahaguru of speaking. When he speaks, you will melt, you will fall on your knees and cry out of emotion. And the guy comes up and gives a standard speech and nothing happens to you. Do you understand? So edification, facts, add a little bit of spices, make it a little bit more beautiful, no problem. But don't lie. Because when you lie, you put that person in a difficult position to live up to your lie. Now edification is by words. Predominantly by words, alright, predominantly by how you introduce the person. So edification by words, if you are sitting down having coffee with a prospect or a new downline and your upline walks past, you straight away stand up and tell that prospect, excuse me, can I introduce you to my upline, my leader? He's the one responsible for my success. He's an amazing networker. Associate V partner, travels around the world, changes lives. You're very lucky to be able to meet him today. I don't get to meet him as often nowadays. Shake hands. You understand? Now automatically you have built, firstly, the credibility of that person to the new downline, and you have established a level of trespass automatically between that person and new downline. So now that person will say, listen, do rule number 3. And the downline will listen, yes, sir, I will do rule number 3. Are you guys with me or not, right? Now please understand, you're sitting at home and watching this. This represents one of the key elements of a successful networker, to understand the concept of edification. Now there's edification by action. This is where I feel a lot of networkers fail. Now remember I talked to you about some Asian cultures where they bow down to a king. Don't have to do that. Don't overdo it and start looking like a cult. Do you understand? But be professional. For example, if your upline's car arrives, you go, open the door, receive him, give him a hug, make sure you open the hotel door before he walks. Most people I see downline walking in front of the upline, opens the door and slams the door to the face of the upline coming right behind him. Edification means open the door, please. Do you understand? Now, one of my favorites of edification by action is that when there's a group of people sitting down having dinner, and your upline comes, alright, please don't look at your upline and say, hey, what's up? And continue eating. Because any new person there will automatically feel that you got no respect for this fella. You understand? You got no respect for the person. Who's this guy came to your table? Now imagine if somebody important comes to the table, what the first thing you do? Drop your fork and spoon, stand up, greet. Now automatically, just by that simple action of standing up, already sends a message to everyone at the table, that guy is important, who is he? Alright, Patman stood up for him, Are you guys with me now? Next action, grab a chair immediately, please have a seat. Do you understand? Call the waiter, set up a new plate, table. All your actions empower that person when he speaks. Empower that person and gives an automatic level of trespass to the group you are talking to. Now edification is important. If you look at the we practice edification to the highest level. If you come to our events, automatically at the back of the room, right, there'll be a raised platform with nice chairs where our AVPs, V partners, V council members are sitting. So if you are a normal guy, you walk into the room, alright, and straight away you turn around and say, hey, nicer setting, coffee table, carpeted, armchairs, very beautiful setup. What's the first thing you'll think? Whoever is sitting there must be important. I better listen to what that person is saying. So you're sitting down in your normal small chair in the event,